No one's told us we're live yet.
No one told you you're live yet?
No, not yet. So
well, you're live. Welcome to Tales from the Humidor. Bi-weekly live now podcast video hangout chat thing where we review a cigar, talk about cigar news, and whatever the hell else we feel like. I'm Ken.
Chris?
You want to introduce the cigar since you bought them?
No, you do it because I'm excited for you because I already had like 4 of them and I can't stop.
Yeah, he smoked a bunch of these. This is the new from Roma Craft Neanderthal. It is an interesting figurado. It's 52 to 58 ring gauge. Pretty new. The size is called HN. There's a lot with this cigar.
Yes.
The wrapper is a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper, right? So I love San Andreas.
Yep.
So I'm happy about that. The binder is a U.S. Connecticut broadleaf Maduro. Okay, so 2 Maduros. And then the filler is a bunch of different stuff. First is the Pennsylvania Double Hetero filler, which is apparently super high in nicotine content. 9 to 13% nicotine content in that leaf, as opposed to 5 to 6% in, say, like a Esteli Ligero. Okay, so you're doubling that up. We're not playing around here. 4 fillers from 4 growing regions in Nicaragua: Conega, Jalapa, Pueblo Nuevo, and Esteli. And then also some filler from Dominican Republic, Olor filter. It's made in Nicaragua. He smoked a bunch. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, you've been not feeling well last week, so I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed. I've had a cold all week, so my ticker may be a little off, but we'll power through it.
Well, we were looking at this and the Las Caveras, and I chose this because I tasted something. I wanted you to tell me what it is, and that's probably going to fail.
And I got a cold, so maybe I'll smoke it again later and tell you what it is if I can't figure it out.
You're going to smoke it again, I promise you that.
I'm pretty good at figuring it out, even though I can taste again, so at least there's that. I just got a little bleh. Let's smoke.
You almost forgot.
No, I pre-smelled.
So did I.
And all I smelled was a little bit of wet hay.
Wow, I love them scissors. Able to get right in there and still leave.
Still leave?
The cap.
Oh, yeah, I went straight on, man. Pre-light, I'm getting some like bittersweet chocolate, maybe some coffee.
I'm thinking a little cinnamon.
Yeah, there's going to be some spice there. And you just love your stripper cinnamon. Cinnamon!
Yeah, well, I know.
So normally we do this on Friday nights, but I had a sleep study last night. And it was like, yeah, we'll get to that when we do our things that piss me off.
Yeah, what's pissing us off?
Yeah, what's pissing me off?
I got to come up with something. I'm overall pretty happy. Pretty much sunshines and rainbows here for me.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a pretty big guy, and the first one I smoked, I was about that far into it. I was like,
set you down.
I'm like, I can feel it. I ate lunch like an hour and a half before that. I'm like, yep. And I just kept talking about it, and then the cigar owner, shop owner's like, now you got me a little worried. So he was waiting until after he ate a full dinner later that night to do it.
Yeah, because he's not necessarily into the super full-bodied stuff anyway.
But one thing I did like about it's not just, I'm going to use the LFD Double Hero. It's not just, bam, here it is, done. I found this very complex, as it should be, with 45 different tobaccos. But
at least 6 in the filler,
right.
plus the binder and the the wrapper.
And who knows of this stuff that he's not even releasing.
Wow.
And I'm interested. I'm honestly really more interested.
There is a lot of red pepper on the back of the pallet.
I'd be happy if I didn't even smoke it.
A lot of red pepper. It's
I hope you at least enjoy it.
That's good. That's really good. I love red pepper, so that's cool.
Wednesday night we had euchre at the shop, and one of the kids was talking about cigars. I was talking about this. I was smoking it. I'm like, yeah, I love it. I said, it's strong though. It is an ass kicker. All right, cool. He grabbed it, and I was about halfway done. Well, he beat me.
Oh,
he's
man.
over the counter.
Was he green?
No, he was standing across from me. I'm like, dude, you are white as a sheet of paper. He's like, yeah, I just went through up. I mean, he wasn't shy, bashful. He didn't care.
Wow.
NFG. But he's like, yeah, I just threw up. He goes, I'm staying away from that for a while. That is fucking good. But I need to change what I do when I smoke it next time. He was kind of more of an empty stomach, and he had a good amount of alcohol in him too. But he powerhoused it. And this is not one I think you'd want to power.
No, I can't imagine. I could tell already. It's like
it's there.
It's like ordering your General Tso's chicken super hot, man. It's right there. It's playing fun.
Yeah, to me it's like you get hot sauce, and it's not a flavor like that, but you get hot sauce that's just hot to be hot, and you get hot sauce that's hot but has flavor. This is strong, but to me has flavor, and that's what I liked about it.
So what else you tasted?
And this is the part I don't know. I still want to feel like I'm getting cinnamon back there, and that could be some of the pepper that came to that same kind of.
Because you've got all this pepper in the back, and then there's like the sweet, the beautiful sweet note from the wrapper, which I imagine, given the shape and size of the cigar, the sweetness probably picks up as you get through it, and the ring gauge shrinks. That's my guess.
Yep, and but it's almost to me a fruit of some sort, like a citrus fruit, almost maybe like the rind part of it, or a dried citrus fruit, and that's the part I cannot figure out what it is. I don't know if it's lemon, like an orange, and I'm saying lemon and orange. I'm not saying like you eat an orange, that flavor, obviously, but there's something to me that just in my head, it's like, it's a fruit of some sort, and I don't know what it is, but I've never
dried apricot.
And that could be. I don't think I've ever had apricot.
That's what it is.
That could be the problem.
If you've ever eaten like fruity trail mix,
yeah,
you've had a dried apricot.
Okay,
yeah.
And like I said, it's some of the. There's something else, and I don't know what it is. But
I think that's what it is.
But it's something haven't experienced in a cigar, or at least that I remember experiencing in a cigar.
I had to dig for it. It's back there. I'm shocked that you picked up on it so prominently.
Thanks.
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
everybody's palate's different, right?
Yeah, but
like I had to dig to find this fruity flavor, but it's there.
Well, as much as I appreciate it, this is like my 4th or 5th, so I've had a lot of time to try to think about all these questions that are coming up, and I'm still not going to do great at it. But that was, and I think as you get into it more,
woo, that retrohale,
yeah,
ow,
yep. As you get into it more, I think it steps out, apricot.
But that fruity flavor that you're talking about is much more prominent in the retrohale.
Yeah.
And it is. Dollars to donuts, it's dried apricot.
Not donuts.
I love donuts. I ate a donut for breakfast.
Yeah, and it's
after sleeping for 2 hours.
Honestly, like we've said many times, we have about the same kind of taste in cigars. I think it's fair to say, and I know I've enjoyed it, so I was really excited to see you try a new one and what your actual thought was.
For the most part, yeah, we're very similar. You like some things that I don't really care for, and I like some things that I don't think you care for. So,
yeah, but I'm talking about cigar related. Yeah, but for the most part, generally, donuts to apples are the same.
Donuts to apples.
So, I was kind of reading up on this. Apparently, this is what Skip Martin wanted the Cro-Magnon to be, which ain't taking nothing from because the Cro-Magnon was my favorite up until this one. I mean, I like all stuff, but you know, a lot of people were giving some grief about the price point. It's about $12, give or take. But he,
MSRP is 12. So
you know, and as he explained, he'd rather have the price point be up and be what he wanted than not be what he wants, and just to get the price down.
Well, yeah, I mean, Roma Craft. The great thing about Roma Craft is their cigars are really good. Like I've smoked the line, you've smoked the line, I'm sure.
Yep.
And the price point on all the cigars is right in the 8 to 10 wheelhouse. That
Even some of the some down to 6, on some of them.
Yeah, on some of them. I don't mind that it's a $12 cigar already, and I'm that far into it.
And that's what I was telling people, like, oh, $12. I'm like, yeah, I tell you what, out of a lot of cigars, I would pay 12. I would pay 15 for myself for this cigar. And
I don't see a problem with it.
And I'm not gonna have you say the same thing, but I've almost grown so far to like this more than like the Liga 9, Liga 52, which I know is like Liga 9 is one of your top favorite cigars. And it's similar smoke to me, but I think if I had $15 and both these were there, as of right now, I would grab this. Now, as I keep smoking them every day because it's been out, I've been doing it
because there's a box hanging out at the shop.
If I had $500, that box was going to be right behind us in the humidor, but I don't. Well, not for cigars.
Box split.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh man. Or remaining box.
And that's kind of the other bad kind of that sucks. 50 count box.
Yeah, it comes in a 50 count box. So, you get a single, get a fiver. I'm sure there's plenty of places selling fivers.
Yeah, if you're the Connecticut guy, that's what you stay with. This is not the cigar.
This is not for you.
If you're like that medium smoke and that's about your body, I don't think you try it. Maybe if you're going to be, risky, go out there, but it's definitely.
It's up there. I mean, it reminds me of like the Liga, the Tatuaje 10th, Bella Anker, even a VSG. I mean, it's definitely stronger than a VSG. It's stronger than any of the other two I mentioned, but it's flavor.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm like a dad watching this kid open up a Christmas present. That's what I feel like right now.
So you want to attempt to read what HN stands for? The size.
Homo neanderthalensis. That's close. That's got to be close. I got homo right.
Apparently, the HN is the scientific name for Neanderthal man. Homo neanderthalensis.
That's the same thing I said.
Yeah, kind of. Oh man, that's good. That's really good.
So yeah, unfortunately, I see my bank account dropping because I'm going to be buying a lot of these right now.
Yeah, already I'm going to tell you, it's full body, full flavor. There's no joking around.
Nope.
Probably going to put me in the grave since the cigar I finished before we started was the first cigar I've smoked in a week.
Hey, I told you, said have a little bit of food on your belly when you eat smoke, just in case.
My family went to Outback for Father's Day and everything. So.
Did you get to go?
No, I bought because I was the only guy there that wasn't a father. So yeah, I bought.
I thought I was your friend. Family to you?
Family, man.
I didn't get an Outback invite.
So yeah, I had plenty of meat.
Yes, all right, good.
It's still kind of with me too, so that's good.
Yeah, I ate breakfast so far. That was at like 11.
Pennsylvania Double Ligero.
Yeah, or what? Double Sucker
Green known fish. As Green River Valley Sucker 1. GRS1 is the
and that's the leaf that's twice growing, right? They cut it off.
Yeah, it's a regrowth leaf. Yep.
Which
is probably why the freaking nicotine is so high.
So is only the second leaf that, or is the first leaf just as potent? Do you know?
I would imagine if they're cutting it off, the first leaf is probably not nearly as potent. Because they probably trim all the other primings, then cut the Ligero. Ligero regrows, and so now it's going to pull all that nicotine up from the plant into the second growth of the Ligero leaf. Man, it's crazy. Putting the phone down.
Keep reading on it, right? Oh man, yeah. So either way, this was what, October, I think, when our shop ordered them, and they just came in at the beginning of the week. Whatever day I texted you on it.
Yeah, they were just released. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got nothing more right now.
Nope. It's still about the same flavors as of now for me. They do. I did read that most people that were reviewing it said about the first 3 to 4 inches is the worst, and then it kind of doesn't seem to be. I think you're buzzed at that point. Don't matter. You just don't feel it. No.
You know, after 3 or 4 shots of tequila, the 5th one doesn't matter either.
Exactly. And this is the first time I've smoked it sitting down. So I've been standing every time. So when we go stand up after the show, I'm interested.
We'll take our time. Fall through the backdrop.
Yeah.
Our well textured backdrop.
It's a hammered. It's a hammered look.
It's the hammered look.
I don't even own an iron.
You got a wife? I'm sure she owns an iron.
Well, no, that means I own an ironer. I still own an iron. We're not sexist in any way.
So bad. So bad.
So, yeah.
Tell us something.
IPCPR is coming up. What are we? We're
IPCPR?
IPCPR. We're like a month away. Sounds like nobody's going as of people. I know there's some guys going, but they got that smoking ban crap going on. That's kind of wrecking it. In fact, I think this is the last year down there. Now we're doing 5 years in Vegas next.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a huge downfall, and that's going to hurt New Orleans pretty bad.
Yeah, I wanted to go just because I've never been to New Orleans. I figured, or Nolans. If you're from the South listening, I think it's Nolans. But apparently there's like nowhere you can walk and smoke. You can't smoke on the floor or something. It's a mess. I stopped talking to other shop owners, and they were going to go, and they decided not to. They'll be back in Vegas. What do we get? $100 round trip tickets. It's cheap to go there. But there's some stuff coming out there. We smoked the Nomad last time. They got the new Nomad Therapy releasing there, which is 3 cigars, a Connecticut, Habano, and Maduro.
In a tray. They're budget cigars, yep. Kind of.
Well, yeah, $750. 4.5 by 5s like $7, and the 660s $750. And
yeah, he's got. There's 3 different wrappers.
The Connecticut, Habano, and Maduro.
Yeah. Isn't it a Pennsylvania broadleaf Maduro?
I don't know. All I read was Maduro.
Thought that's what
I know he put that post Pennsylvania broadleaf there. I said it.
Yeah, that's what he wrapped.
I'm guessing that's what it was on.
Yeah.
That's cool. New stuff from Nomad. Always exciting.
Ecuadorian Habano Rosado,
yep.
If I remember right.
That sounds right.
And then the Connecticut's grown in Ecuador as well. So by tweet up, hopefully he'll have some. I hope. Hey Fred, we're coming to see you, buddy.
Here's some really disappointing news for you. Noel is releasing his Guayacán Rojas Reserve, which is a budget stick. It's a broadleaf Maduro wrapper, Nicaraguan Corojo 2006, and Criollo. Is that right? Criollo. But a 660 and a 670.
Oh, awesome.
660, 450, and 670 is $6. So, yeah.
Yeah. No.
I told you. I felt you'd be disappointed.
Nope, not doing it.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do the 6. I'm going to at least do 660. You know you're going to. You're going to.
It's questionable.
We'll get you one of the little stems that go over it and go to a little point.
Kind of like I'm smoking a hookah or something?
A hookah or one of them cigarette things that the fancy women smoke.
Oh, yeah, back in the old day.
Yeah.
My cigar will be way out here. I'll be puffing on this little thing. Yeah, that sounds like a...
I was looking at news and I seen that. I was like, oh, poor cat. His heart's breaking. I can hear it already. I mean, mine was, but...
I mean, that hurts. Noel's putting out something new, and it's sizes that I'm not going to touch.
Right. And, I mean, price is great. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it seems to be
it's
like
great price, but
a
it
lot of these companies are doing this budget price.
makes me very sad.
You know, I know Edgar Hoyle.
Did you ash on purpose, or did you fall?
No,
down?
I ashed on purpose.
Oh.
Your turn to grow an ash. I did
My turn to grow an ash.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yep. You ain't got a white shirt. No excuses.
No excuses. It can fall all at once.
I had it about just over half of an ash is the most I've done on it. I broke that off. It seemed to be pretty good still, but I was playing euchre and I didn't want it on the playing field. Man, I'm trying to think what else. A couple of big cigar events coming up. Jungle Gym Cigar Festival, the 29th and 30th of August. There's like 16 cigar companies there. It's their first annual.
That's in
Yep.
One of the C towns in Ohio. Cincinnati,
I think. Yeah, look at us with the.
You should probably look that up.
Look at us with the top-notch news.
Cincinnati or Cleveland. I remember it's a C town.
So we're here to talk about it for 2 minutes. You know what that does? That gets us a little more time on the show.
Hey, man.
Because we pretty much just wing this whole thing. Cincinnati.
Hey, we were right the first time. Cincinnati.
They have like a Saturday or a Sunday package, but both days.
Yeah, you can do
$80
both days.
Like I said, 16 cigar companies is
He's
what
got
I counted.
Some VIP package too.
Yep.
You can upgrade your 2-day for another $50 or something to have a VIP dealio on Saturday.
And they didn't say anything on the website, but one of the reps was talking to me, said he thinks it's 1,200 tickets. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
And I
considering tweet
and that's not
is
official.
Like,
that's
300-ish.
Yeah, I think it was like 300 or 350.
Yeah.
Which is the only other event that I really seen that it's coming up August 6th or the 8th.
Chattanooga, Tweedo.
We're coming. Maybe Noel will be there and we can have a talk with him.
we can have a heart to heart about these new cigar sizes.
Yeah.
You know what? He's been talking to Tom Lazuka too much.
Apparently everybody has.
Apparently everybody's talking to Tom Lazuka. Hey guys, man, there's money to be made here in these
$7
freaking donkey dicks. Or the ogre cock.
Yeah, and I'm sure somebody's gonna enjoy the shit out of them cigars. I imagine they're gonna be great, but
somebody's got to. I mean, they're making them. They got to be selling them.
What if we just get them, cut them open, smoke through a pipe, cut it off in little bits, and put it in the pipe?
That reminds me of the pipe tobacco we got aging.
Yeah,
or the cigar tobacco we have aging for the pipes.
Yes, I still got that in the humidor.
Nice.
Still as it was when I put it in there 2 years ago.
Oh man, that stuff's got to be good now.
Or terrible. We'll make something with it if we need to.
Hey Noel, what are you doing with all your cuttings?
Yeah.
Throwing them away. No, you're putting them in this bag. We're going to smoke them in a pipe.
If we would have did it sooner, we would have had double.
Yeah, we would have had twice as much.
But
we still got a gallon Ziploc bag full of tobacco cuttings.
But your good idea didn't come up till too late.
Yeah, I know. I should have thought of that like right at the beginning.
So, yeah, then the other real big thing. I mean, there's a bunch of other crap, but we don't really care about most of it. Davidoff releasing this, LaFleur raising their prices.
Oh, really? LaFleur's raising their prices?
Yes.
I think that's going to hurt them.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are some diehard LFD smokers, but the casual smoker, I don't necessarily think is going to pay too much more than the LaFleur price point.
No, it's already about the top where I'd pay for them. I mean, I like some of them, and like I said, the Airbender is one of my favorites still, but yeah, not much more worth it than that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is slowly.
What's Davidoff releasing?
I don't know. I just seen Davidoff. I stopped looking.
Oh. The Davidoff Nicaraguan I thought was not a bad cigar.
No, I didn't get to experience that great because we got back and I smoked it in the winter. And at some point, get it out of my truck into the cigar shop while smoking it, I grabbed my door, which had salt on it, which then transferred to my cigar.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, and you can't wipe that shit off.
Nope,
it goes
you're done.
and sucks in.
Yeah, you're done.
But up to that point, the first quarter to half, I was like, not bad.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
But the Zeno, isn't that part of Davidoff as well? I believe.
I don't know. I
Research time.
don't know
if it is, and if it's not,
a whole lot about this.
We bought those. Did you buy one of those last year at Tweeter?
Oh yeah, I was the first one to buy one.
No, you weren't. I was.
Mm-mm.
Well, you bought it first because you got to the counter first. I mean, I was the one that said, "Hey guys, check out this freaking deal." I think we did it together.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous deal we got.
Yeah, by Davidoff. All right, see, I knew kind of what I was talking about. Yeah, I enjoyed every one of those damn ones that were in there. I mean, the mild ones, I'm going to say I enjoyed because I don't like many milds, but they had good flavor, I thought. But the whole kit, I mean, what did we get, like $115 for, what was there, 13 or 15 Xenos in there?
Plus a
T-shirt, ashtray.
A little ash can, some
headphones. And you take all that out, it was still worth it. Some of those sticks were like $25, $30.
The cigars plus the ashtray, I mean, that's what really mattered, and that was a pretty decent shake.
Yeah, but it's just usually makes another pump Davidoff, but they're higher than what I usually want to pay for a cigar.
Yeah, and I've had some Davidoffs. Most of them they're not really in my flavor wheelhouse. I'm not saying that I think it's a bad cigar. It's not the flavor profiles that I normally look for, but that Nicaraguan was pretty good. I think we need to get back to this.
Yeah, what are you tasting?
You first, sucker.
I smoked like 3 or 4 to prep, and I'm not prepped. It doesn't seem to have the spice as much in the retrohale.
The red pepper is definitely subdued. I'm not sneezing from retrohaling anymore. Retrohaling after a cold kind of sucks.
Yes. Sweet. It's getting sweeter to me.
It's like
especially the retro.
There's still a little spice, maybe a little coffee, some almost like baker's cocoa. It's not baker's cocoa. Maybe like some good, really dark chocolate.
Okay.
Because it's
not as bitter.
It's semi-sweet, but there's some of that bitterness of the dark chocolate. I'm gonna have to go buy one after the show. Smoke it again.
See, I think
why stop at one?
Apricot is coming up more than when we started it. And me, I'm the afternote, the back note of it is where I get that the most. I almost want to say it's hard to explain, but it's like a light smoke. It's not a thick. It doesn't feel like a really thick, heavy smoke to me, like flavored.
No, the smoke doesn't feel thick, but man, there's so many flavors going on.
Right. But it's like you see it, and it's kind of darker and whatnot. But it's not like that Liga, like when you take it in, it's just thick smoke.
Copious amounts of smoke.
Yeah, and it doesn't really have that going on, which I kind of like. It's like a summer shandy. It's like real refreshing.
Refreshing. I don't know that I would call this cigar refreshing, but it's certainly delicious. I'm thinking more of like a mocha java porter type thing. Summer shandy.
I didn't mean flavor profile side. But
I'm drinking this. It's light beer. It's like me when I drink Guinness. I am drinking light beer. Thank you.
Which actually, when we get up to the what's pissing us off segment, that just tailspun me into what's pissing me off. I was trying to think what's pissing me off, and that did it. So we're gonna get into that later.
You don't want to do it now?
Sure, let's do it now. You don't any other flavor? I mean, a lot of flavors. Anything else?
No, I mean that's predominantly it. The spices subsided. You got kind of like that dark chocolate, a little bit of coffee. I know you're getting a lot of the fruit. I have to let it sit for a while before I'm getting that dried apricot.
Like I said, I'm getting that on the very back note after.
But again, I've had a cold for a week. So,
right.
What's pissing you off?
Yeah. And we're smoke boxing here. I ain't got the exhaust running because it's a little loud.
Yeah, I know.
So we're just sitting there.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. These fucking beer companies, Leinenkugels, summer shit. I used to hate the stuff. This earlier summer or the spring, I was like, I'm smoking some ribs, some pork butt. It just sounds good. I don't know why I hate it. Drinking, like, all right, and I fell in love with this summer. I've been drinking it. you know, you feel like it's kind of like a small craft beer. It's made by fucking Miller.
Leinenkugels?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leinenkugels is a craft.
But it doesn't say it on the bottle. And we had a beer tasting a couple weeks ago at the cigar shop, and he was explaining about all this stuff. Like, I think it was Blue Moon is a major company, and all these freaking companies, because they know where the craft beer market is. It's huge. It's like boutique cigars to me. You know, it's it. And so I'm like, you know, he's telling me it's made by Miller. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Here I thought I was smoking like a smaller, you know, bigger, obviously, because they're nation, but smaller.
I like Leinenkugels. Actually, Leinenkugels Creamy Dark is kind of one of my slumming beers.
Right, and I don't like it any less, but it's like, damn it.
Leinenkugels, much like a lot of the other companies, right? They come out with this beer, and then a big company picks them up because then they can produce more and more and more of it. I think of Killian's, right? I used to love Killian's. The unfortunate thing, in my mind, I think, is when Miller bought Killian's, they turned it into Miller with red food coloring, and I hate it now. I don't think it has the original flavor at all. The Leinenkugel stuff all has the flavor that it had before it was this big conglomerate.
Right. It's just, but I mean, you look on the bottle, it doesn't say Miller on it. I mean, they're branding it.
It won't say Killian's. Doesn't say Miller on it.
I know. I find it deceiving, and it's pissing me off.
So
now that Tri-City Brewery got here. It was the first time I had their stuff. I didn't know where their building was, and I passed it literally every day, twice a day at least.
At least,
and that's, to me, that shows bad. I'm gonna say marketing, because I went past a brewery how many times now for the last 2 years, and I didn't know it was a fucking brewery.
Well,
and it's nice that way.
And in all fairness, right? It's not like it's a giant brew pub or anything like that. It's a brewery where they brew all the beer, plus they have a small tap room.
Yep.
But their beer is fantastic.
Yeah, we had all of them. I know there's a couple I didn't care for. It had like a real grapefruit taste to it, and I just not liked it. But I fell in love with that Wee Heavy. And
the Wee Heavy kilt lifter thing.
Yeah, and then I guess
that's a Scotch ale, isn't it?
Oh, man, you're talking to the wrong guy. I just drink beer.
Pretty sure
he taught me a lot. He was explaining it all. But then there's the Regimental Reserve, which is the same beer but aged in Jack Daniel barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like another 1% roughly alcohol. I haven't had that yet because that's real like limited type season stuff.
And they push the alcohol content of their beers. I think the lowest that I know of that they have is the Loons Ale.
Yep.
The Loons beer, and that's like 7%, and that's the lowest.
Yep. They had one of the guys there got married. He said, make yourself a brew. I give you, I don't know, it was like 4 kegs or something for your wedding. So he made what they called North Coast, and it was, I don't want to say it's an IPA. I don't remember what it was, but it was just like fruit. It was like supposed to be like a shandy, like a summer shandy almost kind of thing, and it was like 4.5%. But that was just a one-off done.
A one-off,
and I don't recommend it to anybody. Unless you like
my favorite beer that I've had there was called it was a Belgian dark, and it was 13.5%, and it tasted like there was no alcohol in it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's when it gets dangerous.
You drank one of those and you were like, holy shit, I just drank a 6-pack.
Yeah. Yep. So I got a growler, so I'm gonna be filling that up and drinking more from there. But yeah, it was just, I was pissed off. He's telling me all this stuff, all this beer I like, and I'm like, I'm not a hipster. I'm drinking Miller. I'm drinking Anheuser-Busch.
Ash is still going strong, by the way.
Yeah, nice little lines going through it.
Yeah, it looks it's well layered. Looks a little flaky, but
mine started going off a little,
looking really sharp. There's a little waviness to it, but
yeah, mine went off a little bit. And it probably would have corrected itself, but I wasn't going to risk it.
No, you never risk it. You touch it up and you go.
Yep, it's just not worth. Other than that, I mean, I haven't had any problems with any of them that I've smoked yet. So what's pissing you off? Because you were cranky as fuck when you got here. I almost canceled the show. I almost said, no, I'll do it by myself.
I'm still cranky as fuck.
Tired?
Very. Let me tell you something about sleep studies.
I've had one, so this is a great.
Oh man. See, okay, here's the problem is multiple. Number one, I sleep on my stomach. Always have, because if I sleep on my back, I snore and I wake myself up, right?
Yep.
So if you've never had one, they take 57 fucking probes and stick them all over you. Okay. The great thing is they can run the wires behind you, so when you sleep on your stomach, you're not like trying to sleep on wires and all that shit. But they have these almost like a lie detector thing, right? They have the two straps that go
right below the boobs,
and then right across the stomach.
And they're even hooked to the legs.
You know, and yeah, they hook shit to your legs. It's crazy. But the problem is being a stomach sleeper, right? These straps have these little probe packs on them. Okay. So when you lay on your stomach, they dig directly into your ribs. So I had that. And then the bed they put me on, I swear to God, was like the hardest fucking bed I have ever slept on in my life. It was like super ultra firm bed. Now, I just replaced a 14-year-old mattress with
Siemens.
With a, yeah, there was probably some of that on there, with a memory foam mattress that has like 2 inches of the cool gel on it and shit. It's perfect. So I got this shit digging into my ribs and I'm trying to sleep and I can't get comfortable because every time I move, something comes unhooked and they got to come in and fucking rehook it. So you got that, right?
Yep.
Can't get comfortable. Shit digging into my ribs. Now my back's starting to hurt because this mattress is so firm and I sleep on my stomach and I'm kind of a fat guy. So things are not lining up the way they're supposed to line up. I got like tops 2.5 hours of sleep. I think it was probably like 2 hours of sleep through the whole I mean, they hooked me up. I was done being hooked up at like, I don't know, 11:30. I fell asleep maybe 2:30. I was up at 4:45 and that was it. I was done. They didn't unhook me until 5:45. So then I got to go home and get 2 more hours of sleep. But let me tell you about this. Of the 57 fucking probes they stick on you, half of them are on your head. And they use this electrode grease shit to stick them to your head. Now, I got some hair. You ain't got no hair.
No.
But you know the grease.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
Getting that shit out of your hair. If you have hair and you ever have a sleep study, I'm going to give you this tip.
Shave your head.
Dawn fucking dish soap. Wash your hair with Dawn dish soap. It gets rid of the shit, and then it makes your hair feel like shit. So then you got to wash it again and again, and then finally everything's fine. So that's what's pissing me off. And if I didn't sleep enough for them to be happy, I'm fucking done. I will suffer for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that was about the same way I went into it. Like I said, I usually sleep on my side or my stomach, and it was all right. But I did a split study, so I didn't have to pay for the fucking shit twice. So I didn't have to go back if they said, "Yeah, you got sleep apnea," to go back where you sleep another night on the machine. So after half the night I felt like I didn't sleep at all. She said I did, kind of, but I felt like I never slept. She wakes me up, puts the whole mask on. And then I try to go back to bed. I still felt like I never slept. It was terrible. I ended up having it, and I got a machine now, and I don't use it. I need to.
Well, I tell you what. If they say, "Yep, you need a machine," then give me the fucking machine. I don't need to suffer through that again because it ain't happening.
Well, and just a little. If you don't know preview, when you get your machine, it's gonna have a little SD card in it, and you have to wear this machine for I think it's like at least 4 or 6 hours a night. And it tells them when it's not wearing it and all that. And if you don't, your insurance don't cover the machine.
Oh, that's fine. I'll wear it.
So
if it's going to help me sleep, because, dude, I haven't had a good night's sleep in months. And
that's what I was disappointed about. Because
I've had drunken sleeps where I actually feel rested when I get up, but I'm hung the fuck over.
Right. And I don't know how you are, but I know when I have a good sleep, I have dreams. I know I had a good sleep if I have a dream. I
have not had a dream that I remember in 20 plus years.
Yep. So if I dream, I wake up and I feel, but I know I slept good. And, you know, a couple of our friends have these machines that like, that's life changing. You know, you'll go to sleep, you'll wake up, you'll feel like a different person. I don't get that feeling. So it's if I woke up feeling the way they described it to me, that machine I'd make sure religiously it was on.
You know, I'll tell you the same thing I tell my mom. You need to go get that shit adjusted. Because it ain't right. Well, I know. I paid for this out of pocket because the insurance company wouldn't cover it.
Oh, bastards. They covered.
Thank God I have an HSA.
They covered like a part of mine, but they let me do payments, and I think
I gave them my HSA card. Here you go, take it. But they charged me half of what they charged the insurance company, so there's that at least.
Oh, that's nice.
Still $900.
Yep, and you know, I need to start using it again. Apparently, I was just seeing something that they were talking about. Apparently, it's out their prototype. It goes into your nose. That's it. No hoses, no nothing. And it's an CPAP machine that just goes in your nose, and that is it. There's nothing else.
You just reminded me of the other thing I wanted to bitch about.
Yes.
Okay, the hose that they put in your nose to see if you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth.
I hated that. That's what did the most yanking on me.
It wouldn't have been bad, but I've had a cold for a week, and that hose in my nose generated copious amounts of snot. Copious amounts of snot. So I was stuck breathing through my mouth too, which, yeah.
We got same Dom asking us about YouTube link. I don't know what it is. Just go to YouTube and search us.
He can't bring it up?
Yeah, you can't bring it up.
Did he hit the fucking play button?
I don't know how technically it goes, man. I was going to tell him to go search for Tales from the Door.
Tales from the Humidor. Search it on YouTube if you can't find it in the Google Hangout. Although we'd like him to come hang out.
Right. And then the next thing is you have to decide what kind of mask you want. I got just the over-the-nose one.
I want the fucking Darth Vader mask, man. I want the full-on fucking strap it on.
I actually want to switch because I have like the oxygen one. They pop up in there. They don't come out, and that's it. Real thin wire, nothing. Because the mask one is, I mean, it comes here, you know, it comes over here, and it's such a pain in the ass. And I just have the nose, but I still got, you know, roughly the same kind of stuff. And they recommended the nose to me because I'm a mouth breather, and this makes me breathe through my nose, which it does because you open your mouth, there's like just it's like the machine just blows out your mouth.
That's got to make it difficult to sleep if you've got a cold with the machine on.
And that's the other problem though when you're sick on the nose one. I don't know about the full face. Obviously, probably be better because you have to breathe through one of your holes,
right?
But you know, when I was sick or real stuffy, I wouldn't do it because, you know, but they hooked me up. I got the heated hose so it doesn't build up moisture in it. And, you know, it's a cool machine. But
look at that, Ash.
I feel your pain, but I think you sound like you had worse off than I did because you got
it was
the lovely locks of hair.
And the bed, man, all I have to say is the bed. It was like as hard as this table. There was like no give. And not good for a stomach sleeper. I'm sure it's great if you sleep on your back to have something that firm because, lo and behold, everything's aligned the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
If you sleep on your stomach and you're a fat man, things don't line up the way they're supposed to.
Yep, and they do make pillows. I think it'll work for your stomach sleeper if you're wearing the mask. I know it works for side sleepers where it's actually kind of like caved out. So that stuff will sit in there. I actually found it better. I take the hose up over my headboard and bring the hose down, and it doesn't pull. I've had a lot of luck with that. I just had to put a T-shirt there because I'd move and it'd go across the top of the wood headboard like.
Yeah, I'll figure it out if they hook me up with a machine. I just hope I slept enough for them to figure it out because.
And that's the other thing.
They said they wanted like 3 hours of sleep. I got maybe 2.5.
Right, and that's the other thing that was hurting me from sleeping was it was a split study. I was trying to save as much money as I could. I didn't have a lot of money to spend on it. And they needed me to sleep for this amount of time and have this much left over. So I had a smaller window than you to get my sleep in. So you're sitting there panicking like, what if I don't fall asleep? And I don't go to sleep early. Usually I'm awake till 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So I stayed up and was trying to be dead tired. So when I got there, I just, I'd be falling asleep and it didn't work. The room I went into was nice. The bed was actually pretty comfortable. It was like a hotel room. with a window and a speaker. She kept talking to me. She had a nice voice. That was about it.
I had a dude, so yeah.
Ooh, I had a girl talking to me. I win.
And I still got marks from the adhesive from the shit they put by your eyes.
Yeah, they taped stuff to I had basketball shorts on because I usually sleep, without shorts.
I'm the same way. I still wore basketball shorts too.
And I still got the tape marks where they held the wires to see if I had shaken leg syndrome or whatever it was.
I could have told them I don't have leg problems. It's the freaking.
I mean, they, I'm sure you did. You lay in bed. They're like, okay, close your left eye. Yep, wink. Yep, blink a little bit, and they like know when your eye moves and it's look to the left. Yep, got that. Look to the right. I'm like, Jesus.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
breathe through your nose. Hold it.
And that was seconds, you had that last night, right?
Yep.
Well, maybe we could get sleep tonight.
So I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. It's awesome. It's a good time.
Yeah, you got nice.
And look at our studio audience is asleep, and she fucking slept.
Right? It is smoky down here. It is.
We'll clear it out when the show's over.
She's gonna be buzzed.
I'm actually, I'm not copping a buzz considering I haven't smoked in a week and the nicotine content. But then again, I haven't stood up yet, so
yeah,
I'm used to that. Usually, you don't feel it till you stand up, and then you're like, "Holy shit!"
Right, and it's the feelings I've had. It wasn't. I know it was a buzz to a level, but it was more like a lightheading, almost like you're lightheaded a little bit. There it went. There she went.
Ash down.
Done. You're wearing it.
I am.
Now you gotta clean off. It's just almost like it was enough to say, yeah, I'm smoking. Like, start drinking just before you start getting buzzed. Let's throw it on the floor. I got a vacuum. It's like, okay, yeah, the buzz is starting to show up. Yeah, I know, what I'm talking about. And that's about kind of the little feeling I'd get. But, I mean, I was just, I still love, I was just, wow, great. Because I used to go in shops. What's the strongest cigar you got? That's what I want. And they were all right, but most of them were not complex or have much flavor.
No, but there's a lot of complexity to this thing,
and that's what I was like, wow.
It's very, it's hard to find a full-bodied, full-strength cigar that has complexity. There are plenty out there that will straight up kick your ass, but not because. Not because they're full of flavor,
And listen, I had this thought in my head that you're going to love the stick. So
yeah, I'm enjoying it very much.
And you're sick, so I'm really excited when you fresh, clear, clean, you're a good bill of health, and you smoke it again, and I'm sure you'll taste a little more. And
you should go see if you can hit play and watch it. Just because I'm curious to know why he can't. But it looks like you're getting it live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey,
it's working. Maybe he's trying to do it from his phone, or I don't know.
I don't know.
It's working, so it's all I'm happy.
So what else you got? Let's get off this shit that pisses Ken off.
What's pissing off?
All right. We're winging it.
We're winging it from here.
Hey, where you get your pork butt?
I've had a lot of fun at Sam's and Kroger. I've gotten a lot of my stuff from Kroger. I've gotten one from Jack's. I like Jack's stuff. They're pretty good.
What are you paying for pork butt?
Oh, I think last time I bought it was $5.99 a pound, $4.99 a pound maybe. I haven't done a pork butt since spring.
I need 50 pounds of it for ball bash.
It's a lot of pork. I've been doing a lot of ribs.
We feed a lot of people.
Right. You may be better off just buying a pig, brother.
No, actually, we looked into that because usually what we've done, the first year we did a whole pig, and that was way too much food. The second year we did half a pig. That was still too much food.
I've never heard too much food.
The third year, last year, my brother and sister-in-law split a pig with her dad. They took half, he took half, and then we cooked the butts because we got both butts. We cooked them. We cooked just two butts. That was like 40 pounds. We had none left, so I'm looking to get like 50 pounds of pork butt this year.
Yeah, I've pretty much, as you know, every other week we do steak social here with a couple guys. We've been doing a lot of the brats. Cheddar brats have been the best. We smoked. I smoke pretty much every weekend. This is the only weekend I haven't smoked, I think, since it's warmed up. Brats, corn, baked potatoes. We've been smoking our ribeyes, which in porterhouses, they're like 1.5 to 2 inches thick. They've been getting lately, the size of a plate. We had 4 of them last weekend. It was like 7.5 pounds total weight. Jeez. But we get the red oak, definitely red oak, not white oak, and little hickory. It is. I don't even know how to explain it. The best ever. Then we marinate them up, and Dom, he brought his. I'm not gonna share his family secret. I can't. It's like grandma's steak marinating recipe. So I cannot divulge the information of what it is. But you have to come over one time. It's that freaking fat renders right up, and you put it in your mouth, it just melts. It literally. The
great part about being live on video now is people got the visual.
You put it in, and you don't have to like push it to the palate. It just
falls apart.
Just melts. So every bite of steak, I'm like trying to get a little fat. And last week we had Rod over, and he didn't eat the fat, so he mopped on my plate.
Oh man!
I'm like, Rod, you got to put a little bit on there.
Fat equals flavor.
It's like, no, I can't eat fat. I'm like, do a little bit. It's like, no. And you put it on my plate. I'm like, fuck you. I'll eat it.
Fat equals flavor.
Then I had too much fat because I'm not gonna eat straight up fat. I want a little bit of meat. But yeah, pretty much that and ribs. I've been doing a lot of ribs lately.
See, but how do the steaks come out when you smoke them?
Orgasmic.
No, I mean like what temperature you got them at?
About 140, 145ish. So about medium rare,
mid rare,
just touching medium. I used to be medium well kind of guy, and then these guys,
I'd make you pull mine out at like 2 minutes.
It's
take my chunk of cow, walk it through a warm room, and throw it on a plate.
I was always medium well. They said, no, we won't cook you medium well. You cook it your damn self. I said, no, I don't want to cook it. You cook it. So it was like medium. So medium. I've had a couple that were about medium rare. It was a little not what I wanted. So medium is where I'm at now. But I won't even order steaks at restaurants anymore. No shit.
I'm a rare guy. Right? I just had steak for lunch.
Yeah, it's freaking. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, Dom melts in my mouth.
Dom melts in your mouth. Is he watching? Did he hear?
Yeah, he's finally watching. There's a picture. We got a bunch of guys watching now, actually.
Oh shit! We got a whole house full of them.
Look at that. They're all
1, 2, 3. At least 3.
Yeah,
hi guys.
I think there's 4.
Whoopos.
Over at
Maya.
Lupo's Lounge. Yeah, bitch.
Bone in ribeye, bitches.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's good. It's next week.
So what's the secret?
He told me he'll kill me.
You afraid of him?
No, not at all. Not one bit. But I want him to keep coming over and
bringing you steak.
Even though he used to grill them, now I'm smoking them.
That's cool.
And I'm okay. He helps. They all do it. They do a good job. They enjoy the smoker. It's paid off already this year.
I know. I want one.
It's brand new. Propane. I love propane. I don't want to dick with the charcoal and the fire. And
you know, when you're doing it at home, you don't really need a charcoal smoker. 4 guys. 4. He says 4.
I want to build.
I don't know who I missed.
Ron. I think Ron's probably still.
Oh,
there.
Ron's still there.
Maybe if not Ron, Steve. It's gonna come through in a second.
It'll
it's probably Ron still. I'm thinking. But yeah, it's
Whoopos.
It's actually. I'm considering becoming a passion of mine is smoking food. I mean,
you might as well. You smoke cigars, smoke some food too.
Right. That's
how do you keep it lit?
It's hard. It's really hard to do it. When I'm eating the steak, it's hard, and then when I go to try to keep it lit, it's even harder. But no, it's we're gonna try a cigar blend to smoke our food in. Not really. We talked about it, but we're not gonna do that. Put a little Maduro in there, the oak. I don't know. We've obviously sat there.
That's what Dom needs to do. Is put a little tobacco in that secret marinade.
After we marinate it with the secret, wrap it in the leaf.
If you could get some green tobacco leaves, that would smoke really well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to do. And usually the meats are expensive.
It is Ron.
It's expensive.
I haven't seen Ron in forever.
We don't want to waste, $30 steak or $20 steak, whatever they are on. I get the good end of the deal. You guys are great to me. They buy the steaks, and I buy the ice cream for Ice Cream Social. That we eat steaks usually about 10. Ice Cream Social starts at about usually 1 to 2, and I buy the side dish, which usually potatoes or corn. It's I win in the deal.
My gut's hurting just thinking about it.
Of love. Anything new?
So where you at with this? You first. I got a cold.
Oh yeah, right. That pepper's even gone even more. I think it's
interesting because the last retrohale I did, which was 3 or 4 puffs ago, I got a good amount of the pepper, and then I just did it again, and it's kind of played back again, which is really interesting. That doesn't usually happen.
Right. And you wonder. I know they're using the leaf through the whole thing, but are they going through the whole thing, or are they taking like that Pennsylvania Ligero just on like the half of it?
Not usually. I mean, it's a long filler, so
I'd love to talk to Skip and say
how do you do this? The size they may. No, that Ligero's all the way through. I can see it.
It's like I said, the pepper is all but gone, a little bit in the retrohale, but it's still got that sweetness after note.
Have you ever had a dark chocolate mocha? Probably not, huh? You're not much of a coffee drinker.
No. When I say it tastes like coffee, it's because it tastes how coffee smells.
Kind of tastes like a good dark chocolate mocha.
I do go to Speedway and get the French vanilla.
Yeah, no, that shit don't count.
Half hot chocolate and then half French vanilla.
That shit don't count.
No, not it.
No.
Yeah.
That's sugar water.
Still gives me the shit like coffee would, so I feel like it's authentic.
Oh man.
No, yeah, it's I keep smoking, and I actually, when we stopped doing the show and I got bad at trying to figure out what I'm smoking, so I've been trying to do it now that we're back on the show again, and I've smoked it however many times, and every time it seems like something different is more predominant than the one before. Like this one has some of it, but it doesn't seem to have as much of that apricot that I really tasted the first couple times I smoked it.
I picked it out really well at the beginning when you were talking about it. I haven't really tasted it since, but again, I'm kind of still recovering.
Right. And
but
I tasted very little, but this one to me seems sweeter than the ones I've had, the last couple of days. Like it's almost, like you said, it's almost not that bitter chocolate to me. It's more like just not semi-sweet. It's more like a sweet chocolate. That I'm not getting the same bitterness to it.
Yeah, but it's not like milk chocolate.
No.
It's like a dark chocolate that's got a good amount of sweetness.
Yep.
Hey, we're back.
Fucking router. You know what's pissing me off? This damn freaking router.
What's pissing you off is you need a new router.
It is brand new. Well, it's like 4 months old. That's it. It's like 4 months old. That's new.
Wow. Yeah, we just dropped. It was weird.
But back to you. This is, I mean, at least we're 2 for. It wasn't.
No, it's weird. Yeah, well, it connected back up. So
yeah, sorry about that, but shit happens. Yeah,
Dom will say what happened if we don't show up back up.
Yeah, did he? Any second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, yeah, I need a new router again. Linksys fuckers. I used to hate them, and then Cisco bought them. I was like, oh, cool, I like Cisco. Yeah, why not? Yeah, fuck them.
Which is, it's kind of funny because Linksys routers have always been pretty rock solid in my world, but honestly, I've steered away from them the last couple that I've bought just because I have had similar issues.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know what it is. I don't know if their keep alive signal to the ISP isn't good enough or what, but
yeah, I called my, with Charger, I called them. Like, no, everything's good on our end. I'm like, all right, I'll take your word for it. I don't think it's an issue.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the other way around.
So it looks like I got to spend more money on a better router. And I don't even know where to go. I don't know what to do next. I didn't like the D-Link. I had a D-Link. It was a gaming one. I spent like $200 on the thing. Worked good for about a year. Then after that, same thing. It just
took a crap.
Just done. You'd have to restart it like at least once a day. You have to unplug it, plug it back in, and I wasn't happy with that. I'm just not happy to please. I guess I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Buy 2 routers just in case. Take the modem to a switch. Take the switch to 2 routers. I can't multi-connect though. Damn. I'm screwed. That's about as far as my technology goes.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do.
I even updated the firmware today before you came over, and then I didn't have internet for like 10 minutes. It was actually Charter that was down, and then it came back.
Did you restart the router and all that after you updated it?
Yeah, I unplugged everything and whatever. I don't care. It came back up. That's all that matters. And I didn't have to reset it. Usually when it goes down, I reset it.
I like how Romacraft always has like the double band. There's the outer band, which I'm about to take off. The pumpkin orange is kind of interesting.
It's like Texas Longhorn colors. It's like a burnt orange.
Yeah.
The inner band's cool too. It's got the whole little
oh, it does.
Thing. It's actually kind of funny because you're going to come to a mark on it.
No,
it's just kind of like embossed into it, so it's hard to see. But we were talking because it goes to that little. It's actually the emblem that's on the box, but we were not really paying attention. We thought that was the beginning of the chain. We were thinking it was like semen, like sperm to start, and then it didn't make sense because obviously he wasn't involved on this wrapper until after. So yeah, I asked Skip. He said it was on the box, so that works. But yeah, no, it's. Another thing I've noticed with them is I've never had a problem when I pull their band off, pulling the freaking wrapper off. Because that'll piss me off. That pisses me off real quick.
Oh, yeah. When you try to take the band off and there's so much glue that you take part of the wrapper with
when you see the glue 1/8 to 1/4 inch off where the band even is, and now that I said that, you know what's going to happen, right?
I always have a hard time on the Romacraft with the inner band because I don't have fingernails.
Yes.
And there's no easy pull tab for it. And I was trying to get it off so I could look at this whole embossed thing here.
And they're really tight to the cigar. It's not like you can't even slide it down.
No. Oh, I think I got it, though. Nope.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going
to at least to be able to see the embossed part. Oh, there we go. Cool.
But no, it's cool little packaging. I like it.
Yeah, what is that?
That it's it's hard to see on there, but it is like the side profile of the face, the Neanderthal face. Right here, you can see it on the computer.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now.
It's a little harder to see it being embossed, but it's just a side profile. It's just like eyes and nose and mouth kind of thing.
It's interesting because it runs up the whole chain of evolution. Yeah, that is a face.
Yep. So
I'm glad you asked Skip what the hell it was, because I wouldn't have. It looks like a chain of islands
yeah,
when you're not looking for a face. Now that you said it's a face, I can't see anything but a face.
right. That's in that. I was like, oh, okay. Because when I got it from out of the humidor, the lid was kind of behind it, so
Right.
I didn't get to. If I would have seen that on the lid, then it probably would have been connected. But I didn't get to see it, so we just sat there for like I don't know about 10, 15 minutes. Your average conversation on what is on the band, and that's what it was. Because it's the owner is what Skip and Mike. I don't know Mike's last name. I know Skip, from what I see him, is the only guy I see really. So I don't know if Mike is silent. Nice. That's a big ass cup of coffee.
Let's see. I like my coffee the way I like my Death Stars. Gigantic on the dark side. And powerful enough to destroy planets. It's
Coffee
true.
that big, you'll destroy toilets.
Well, maybe you, not me.
I don't know. I don't drink.
All I know is that combines two of my favorite things:
and I'm starting to get older. Not as old
coffee
as,
and Star Wars.
not as old as
Not
you,
as old as me, no.
But I'll be there in like 20 years. Not gonna 20, maybe what? 10, 8?
Wow.
You just hit 40, right?
No, fuck you.
42, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll be close. And I'm like thinking at some point I'm gonna have to drink coffee just to wake up, because apparently that's what everybody that's old does.
Dude, I've been drinking coffee since I was a teenager.
And then like what's the point of decaf?
There isn't one.
Okay, I don't drink it, so I don't know. But to my eyes, it's like I thought people drink coffee because they need to wake up and that kick of caffeine, and it's like decaf. There's no caffeine, so what?
There's.
I can't believe anybody in this world drinks coffee because they like the taste.
I enjoy the taste of coffee.
That's-
I enjoy the taste of good coffee. Now, granted, in the winter when I'm drinking pots and pots, I drink the old Maxwell House. But if I'm gonna brew a pot just to sit down and enjoy some coffee, I get some hardcore stuff from whatever it's called now. It used to be Populous Uptown.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think
It's
so.
something anyway.
And maybe I like coffee. Maybe I need to try it again because I like a lot of cigars. I know there's a lot of coffee note in a lot of cigars that I
There
smoke.
was.
But
Did you do the cigar tasting and coffee pairing that Populous did at Tim's? Were you around for that?
no,
That might have been before you moved up here.
I think it was before me. I'm guessing.
But it was actually kind of cool because they paired coffee to the house brand cigars, and he had a Nicaraguan coffee, and when you paired it with the Nicaraguan house blend,
Mm-hmm.
it made the cigar taste like a chocolate bar.
I like the sounds of that.
It was delicious. Oh yeah, and that's a great segue because Roma Craft.
I'd say it's them, right?
Is it Roma Craft?
I thought it was. I know we had some bags of it in there.
That does the coffee? I thought it was Roma Craft.
That's what I thought. I'm searching it. I'm not seeing it. I swore it's who it was because we had some bags of it up there. If it's not, then
Or was it Black Label?
I didn't think it was Black Label. I thought it was Roma Craft.
I don't know. I don't remember now, but one of the cigar companies got into doing some coffee too.
Roma Craft.
Yeah, it's Roma Craft.
Okay.
Intemperance Coffee, something or other.
Yeah, we had the shop for a while. I don't buy bags because I don't drink coffee. Oh, look, if I would have clicked that link, I just seen Intemperance. I thought it was the cigar.
Cigar, yeah.
But there
It is.
Yep.
Roma Craft makes
Nicaraguan.
coffees. Oh, it is Nicaraguan coffee? Nicaraguan coffee is delicious.
Yep.
Absolutely delicious. Much like this cigar, it's full body, full flavor.
And see, maybe you just need to sit down and make me some good coffee, and I'll have to. Like, I feel like if I was to do coffee, like Maxwell House, whatever, it'd be like coffee, sugar,
Cream
if there's room, whatever I can do.
to make it not
Like my
taste
aunt
like
drinks coffee all the time, and I see her. It's the same thing. I'm like, do you not like the taste of coffee? No, not really.
No.
Oh,
No, she's
Okay.
just in it for the caffeine kick.
Like,
Me,
okay.
I like the taste of coffee.
maybe I just need some good coffees.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do, and I know he's watching. we should get some good coffees and do coffee and cigar pairings over at Whoopos, because that man can brew some coffee.
Yes. And tea. He does tea too. Good tea.
Does he do tea now?
He does a lot of tea.
Cool.
When he comes over here, he has a little self-brewing hot water thing. He's always teabagging his cup in here.
Whoopos is always teabagging.
And you know it's good because I drink a lot of sweet tea.
Oh, here we go with the sweet tea.
I buy the limp thing because it's what I buy to make my tea. But his stuff comes in like boxes that have like 10 of them in it, which just screams quality to me.
Right.
When I'm buying a box that's like 100 bags in it, it's like, yeah, it'll do.
So who's the real teabagger?
I put mine in a coffee pot and brew it. See, I do own a coffee pot. It sits in my desk.
To make tea.
I put 5 tea bags in it, fill it up with water, and I get my tea.
See, I knew you were the teabagger.
And
I knew it.
A lot of sugar. I love the sugar.
Oh, jeez. You're an addict, man.
Well, I'm going to die anyway. I was a dying addict, happy with sugar and sweet tea and cigars. But yeah, no, he does a lot of tea. Yeah, he's into that espresso, little tiny cups of stuff. Looks like something my daughter would use for her tea parties. I don't get it, but he likes it.
It's like it's too the espresso is like the double Ligero.
Oh, okay. All right.
As opposed to like just a regular old Ligero, like your Maxwell House or normal coffee, right? The espresso is like the double Ligero.
All right, I got it. That makes sense. Yeah, wow. It's either cloud dropped into the lounge.
No, it's just us, man.
Are you buzzed yet?
No, but I can take my contacts out.
Or
We're smoking out our studio guest.
yes, she wouldn't be on the show. We tried.
No. Hey, whatever.
Whatever.
She still don't smoke cigars. I'm trying, but she don't play along. You should really try this one. It's delicious.
It's a good starter. Good
It's a great intro cigar.
good intro cigar to grab and smoke.
What's the first cigar you ever smoked?
Toronto, 1960. We got about
Yeah, but
quarter of
if
it.
you smoked other cigars before that, see, I went from Quorums to I want something a little more high quality, and I'm like, oh, acid. They smell good, yada yada. Got it. Stupid internet issues.
Yeah, that was your fault.
Yeah, you need to fix that router.
Yeah, new router coming up. I know a guy just bought one pair that's really badass. I'm gonna get it from his house. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna take it. He works nights. He'll never suspect anything.
Never suspect a thing.
But anyway, the Cameroon.
Oh yeah, Cameroon. That's
How
what
about
you're
the
talking about.
Perdomo Cameroon? Don't they have a little short Cameroon too? I thought. Have you tried that one?
Perdomo does?
I thought it was.
I don't think so. Maybe. I didn't think Perdomo did anything with Cameroon.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe they did.
We've had them in the shop quite a few times. Yeah, little petite Corona. I think
I've had them, but I don't think we
have them at the shop now, if I remember right. But they may be out. I know he gets them once in a while, but I never had that one. I heard a lot about it. I heard a lot of people loving it.
That was a great cigar.
And it says grade 1
African Cameroon. Huh. No, that was a great little PC. It was hard for me to really pick up that Cameroon flavor, though.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with, I understand this, how you blend the cigar, especially when you're talking about a wrapper with such subtlety of flavor as a Cameroon. The San Andreas, when you smoke it, you expect to get some sweet notes. Mexican San Andreas wrappers always have like a sweet note to them. The Cameroon was the same way. It had a sweet note, but it was more of what do I want to say? It was more sweet, and when it was blended right, you got a lot of that. Plus, you picked up all of the other flavors in the cigar, and a lot of people were blending them, to give you like sweet plus chocolate plus like a nutty flavor, like a sweet nut, like a cashew.
All right.
Delicious stuff like that. And you could almost smoke the cigar and think you were eating a handful of chocolate covered cashews, which I thought were delicious always. So
nice. Well, we're about wrapping up with it. You're a little further than me.
Mm-hmm.
Your pepper come back?
A little bit on the back.
I got it through the retro hail just a minute ago when we were disconnected, and I inhaled a little bit.
Yeah, the pepper's definitely back on the retro hail.
But it's
a little bit on the palate. I'm almost getting more of that apricot-y, dried apricot flavor again. The chocolate's still there.
We haven't said it. How about leather? Do you think any of it is a leathery taste?
I never got leather.
Okay. I still got stuff. I don't know what it is, and I'm just trying to see if that's what it is. I don't want to say cedar. I don't think it's cedar.
No.
At all.
No, there's no cedary flavors.
Leather was a maybe in my mind.
I don't know. It's fantastic.
Well, I just stood up and went to run to the router, reset it before it came on, sat back down. Yeah, I felt a little bit in the head.
You got a little bit? I'm starting to get it, actually, just sitting here, so it could be fun. And I've been chugging the water. Yeah,
it almost feels like the strength when you first lit it, you could taste the strength. That whole body of it is coming back right at the end to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's almost like we just lit the cigar in my eyes from where it was, through the middle of it.
Only there's much more strength of flavors too, I think. Now that we're near the end.
Right. And another nice thing with all that nicotine is, one, obviously it ain't leaking out, which is great.
Oh, that's the worst, dude. When you get the nicotine tar on the end.
Yeah, you instantly know. Nice thing I've noticed most of the time, though, if you snip it off and start smoking, it's gone. You don't get it again.
Right.
Which is kind of nice, but
I've had a couple, even after snipping it, tarred up again, and that just...
Well, if you do too much and it gets on that palate,
throw it out.
It's
Done. You're done.
You're done.
You're toast.
Nothing even tastes good after that.
Nothing like seeing tar run out the end
When
of
I
a
was
cigar.
when I was reading about it, I was worried that this with this amount of nicotine, it's something that really could build up.
Right, as you went through, absolutely.
And I think this in a smaller size probably would. I'd like to think, depending on the ratio.
But I really,
I don't think you could do a much smaller size with all the tobacco in there.
Yeah, probably not. I
and
really enjoyed the size. I enjoyed the shape. I think it's
unique. It's cool.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
The flat cap, I was kind of, and like I said, the scissors you can get in there and cut like I did. You went just a little bit over it, but I can get in there and do that, and it cut fine. So that was my only real like, oh, I wonder how that's gonna go, but that works good. I know. Like I said, it's great. All right, get us your reviews.
Let's do it.
Give us your numbers. You're up.
Numbers? Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm the first last time. Let you do it. On a sick palate.
Appearance. The cigar looked great. It felt great. I always love, like I mentioned, I always love the Roma Craft bands, the double bands, and how everything's like the name of the cigars embossed. Right? It's not printed on there. It's just embossed. The letters are raised and glossy. I think that's great. I'm 1.9 in it. I thought it was fantastic. Burn, I had no issues. I know you had to touch up. I had none. 1.9. Flavor, out fucking standing.
Yeah, it's almost like a 3 is not enough to describe. There's so much there. How can you do 3 for all that's there? And this is off, like I said, just coming off your sickness. So
yeah,
you can.
I can't wait to smoke it after the cold is finally through the system. 2.8.
Nice.
And finally, the overall smoking experience. Even though I have no sleep and I'm getting over a cold, it was pretty good. The cigar itself, the smoking experience of the cigar was fantastic. It plays a lot. The flavors are consistent. What you taste in the beginning are the notes that are going to play throughout the cigar. And then, like we mentioned, like the last third, everything just sort of meshes together. You got some pepper, didn't you?
Oh,
I can see the water welling up.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit that retro head a little hard.
2.7, man. This could be one of my highest rated cigars.
Yeah, I was excited for you.
9.3, brother.
That's got to be up there. That's got to be up there.
I think
9.2 maybe was your high. 9.1.
I think I rated my Heritage a 9. That might have gotten a 9.4 when it had the Cameroon wrapper.
Rate it now.
Rate it now, 8. I still like it, but it's not the same cigar. So,
all right. Well, appearance again. I'm with you on the band. Even beyond that, we don't get to see them or show them much, but the boxes that they make, they're not cheap and chintzy. I mean,
I haven't seen the box.
They are
but
thick.
I've seen other Roma Craft boxes.
You seen the Crow Magnum, right? I'm
going
off camera. I'm still here, but it's the same style, but a lot bigger. Obviously, the whole 50, but I mean, that's thick.
Cabinet style box. Yep.
It's
real thick, real well made.
And again, this is obviously the Crow Magnum, but I mean, there's some dark flights in there, but this is a heavy box, which I think plays a part to. Nothing appears cheap about this cigar, and then you get them for the price you get. It's almost like really that's good. So appearance again, simple bands, the names on there, the double band. Never had it. Never
in the embossed inner band. That was a lot of fun.
Yep, I've never ever had an issue with taking the bands. They're really tight to the cigar, but that's not a problem. But no glue, nothing. Yeah, I'm right with you. The shape, kind of unique little shape. I guess figurado is what most people I've seen were kind of calling it, and the flat cap.
Yeah,
it's cool, and I'm agree at 1.9. Again, I can't go perfect because I don't know what perfect would be. I don't know what's next. I'm lost. What's next?
Burn.
I and I'm going to base this off of the 3 or 4 I've had now. This one it started going off a little bit. Like I said, it probably would have corrected. I just touched it up just to make sure. But even after that, not really any problems. I haven't had any problems on any of them, so I'm going to go with the 1.9. Flavor. Now this is going to be weird because it's going to contradict everything I said. I'm going with a 3. This had this
is your wheelhouse, man.
So many flavors. Everything I love in a cigar. That the body's there, the strength's there, but you still get all these flavors. You get to taste everything. You know, like I said, in a blend, sure, the pepper was kind of there more in the beginning and coming back at the end, but it was still a good. Just so many things happen, and I'm gonna go perfect 3 on it. This is exactly what I want in a cigar.
Wow, I don't even need the calculator. I have medicine head, kind of.
And overall experience, 2.8. I'm gonna go 2.8. Again, this is with these few I've smoked, instantly gone to your typical cigar, not like your, like the Opus X Lost City, which I was in love with. For your typical cigar, you can get this is my top cigar. No,
not hard to find. Yeah.
Hands down. I have nothing that if I had to smoke this rest of my life, I'm going to say it probably.
That's high. That's really high.
And now,
that's a high bar to meet.
And the only bad thing to me is he can't make every cigar like this. He can't make every cigar with these 8 or 9 tobaccos, or even if they're different blends in it. So I feel like it's all downhill for me with Romacraft, but it's still gonna be a high mark because everything I've had would have been a 9.
You know what? Maybe Skip will surprise you.
And I hope so. Challenge accepted. I hope he accepts. But
he just threw down the gauntlet. Skip.
Yeah, and I don't want to say, like I said, it's all downhill in any head. Like I said, Cro-Magnon, we haven't done one on the show. If I had to go a quick rate in my head, totaled up, it'd probably been a 9.2, 9.3. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I've smoked a bunch of those too. The Cro-Magnon,
the Intemperance, the
Cro-Magnon, what is it? The Knuckle Dragger, I think, is my favorite.
Yeah, that's what these were.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, the 452.
The 4x52.
Yep. Yep.
Those are really good.
The Temperance I like, not as much as Cro-Magnon because I'm more looking for this. Right. But I have a hard time thinking that anything's going to beat out my new number 1 cigar for a while. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope something comes out but just so much going on with it. I'm in love.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess that brings us to the end.
That brings us to the end. We got the Twitters on
Tails
FT Humidor.
Tails FT Humidor.
We remember now. I got back up.
Website tailsfthumidor.com.
Tales from the Humidor at gmail.com for email.
Gmail.com for email.
Facebook Tales from the Humidor.
Yep. Plus, you can YouTube us, Tales from the Humidor.
Oh, YouTube now. It's a new one.
We're on the YouTubes. All of these videos go directly to YouTube, so you can watch them again and again and again.
I'm not going to watch it again.
No, you're not going to review your badassery?
Maybe I will. My sorceryism.
So yeah, visit us on the social medias. It'll be super.
Don't know what we're gonna do next. Maybe finally do the Los Caveras 2015 next.
We did just get the LCs, so maybe we'll do those.
We're gonna do them this week, and I switched it. I wanted to just smoke this.
You switched it up to do these.
I wanted to just smoke this. I asked people what they wanted to smoke, and I think in my heart it didn't matter what they said. Well, a few people said something.
If you have suggestions for us on cigars you want to see reviewed, shoot us an email, hit us on the tweeters.
If there's something we could do better. They bitched about lighting. I think it's better.
They did bitch about lighting. We fixed the lighting.
LED lighting, studio lighting now.
Yeah, it's all fancy. Yeah, we're going to upgrade the camera shortly. So we've got a more high-def camera. hopefully that'll make things even better. You can see our textured backdrop
Hammered
even better.
backdrop.
Hammered. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll probably end up back on Fridays, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
Friday, Saturday, around there, it works out. Seems the best.
Yeah.
If you got good stuff, smoke it. You can die tomorrow.
That's right. Smoke all your best now, Tony Lupo.
He can't save a cigar.
No. No, he can't save a cigar at all.
Well, he just gave me that LFD Factory Press 3 that was, I don't even know how old, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, those are.
He had that saved, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got a few of those stashed.
It was good. It was good. I'll tell you that. But thank you, guys.
We'll see you next time.